and especially those people who came to join PF maybe after our president Michael Sata died. Why I'm saying so? People have become so power hungry. You know, when you are in an organization, you need to start from the grassroots and pele nyumuchinshi abantu omwasanga, and you pick it up from there. Me, I can assure you, this PF, we won't say these wrangles which we had, it was because of any other person from outside. No.
Interesting.
It was ourselves. Why I say it was ourselves, you know, there was a time when people jumped onto positions. They were given positions, like when I talk about from the time Mr. Michael Sata died.
Yeah.
We had politics of hate. Some people said, "Imamweba Sata." Can you imagine? This is a part which one man stood up and made it. And then people were called names. For example, I can tell you how what Kambwili passed through. Me, I've been a very... I supported Chimba Kambwili for a long time.
Right.
Reason being, I found him in PF and I gave him that respect. And then when we moved on, but at a certain time, I remember very well when he was chased from PF. When I see those people who really wanted Kambwili to be chased from PF, those are the people who joined after Kambwili had already joined. I'm mentioning this because I want people to understand.
Right.
You know, there are people who have respected us from where we come from. And there are those people who just think because they have jumped on the boat and they want to be custodians. You know, this PF was destroyed by those people who came into PF. If I may mention my president, Maus, Waliasampa, Mbappe. I'm interested because yesterday I was watching the match and I saw what Mbappe to watch the match.
So
and
then
see.
You know the relationship.
Then I know the relationship.
Why they call
You know,
Mbappe?
me, I knew Sampa. I was introduced to Sampa by Mr. Michael Chuf, because we had personal issues which we used to deal with. One person who would trust someone. That's what Sampa, my president. I just want to cut the long story short.
Please do.
When these problems came, I was following them very well. And then there were this time when they said, no, Maus is a bad person, Maus have done this. Which people are still crying to say Maus destroyed PF. No, he never destroyed. He was just doing his right, what he thought was right for him to do.
Right.
And even me, I was one person who didn't understand. I said, no, Maus are late, don't we let manage. But when I started following it critically, I thought, okay, this person, I think he knows what you want about PF.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things which happen. But when you watch from the distance, you would think Maus is a bad person. But this is the same Maus who today, me at one time I just thought, no, let me just be staying home, maybe become a grandmother, see how my grandchildren are. But this Sampa, one day, he just came to my home and told me, my sister, you are sleeping too much. Don't you think we need you politically? I said, oh, who am I to say no? He picked me from there. And because Maus knew me from the time I joined his uncle, Mr. Michael Sata, he knew me and we used to communicate very well. That communication never stopped, but there were times when we couldn't talk and do whatever. But he was following me. He's a person, he's very genuine and he's very, you know, he's one person who knows that there is no permanent enemies in politics.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And then he picked me up and told me, my sister, there were these court cases which came a lot. There are a lot of things which happened anyway.
Right.
But you find that even in these court cases, there were these people who are PF, who claimed to be PF, but they didn't want PF to come back. Reason being, they just hated Maus, not knowing what he was doing and everything. So, and then they want to put a blame on another party to say they are the ones who
I want to ask, as we speak about Mr. Mao Sampa, at one point he actually, him and other senior PF leaders accused the UPNG and the government of interfering in PF's internal conflicts with the aim of destabilizing the party. So from what you're saying, was this accurate then, or actually it was an internal issue?
It was an internal issue.
So so UPND was falsely accused at the time.
At that time, I may say they were falsely accused, because me, I remained in PF. Even when Mao said he was working, when he never mentioned that he was working with the UPND, but he just found it, he found it to be good to come back in PF, which they said he ran away with PF, he went, he worked with Chavinga and whatever. He was trying to make those people come together and then make PF move, because, you know, there are situations whereby as PF, especially when we lost, you know that problems came in when we lost the elections in 2021. We never saw it coming. We were so confident that we will win the elections 2021.
Right.
But look at what God does. To me, God does the right thing at the right time. When we lost, that's when we woke up. What has happened to us? We have done roads, we have done what and what. But there was something which God saw in us, especially that we had a spirit of lust, spirit of hatred, spirit of confusion, you know. All of us were confused. There were people who could beat others. Some people thought they are more bigger than others. So these are the things which made maybe God just to tell us to learn something out of it, which up to today, the PF we are talking about, those who claimed were PF, they never did, because they never did the right thing. Because to me, even when we lost, I think at one time I started telling people, no, this is not right. What we should do, let's pick up our differences, let's be together, let's start moving. There were a lot of people who came up as presidential candidates, because our late president, Mr. Edgar Chagwalungu, when he died, when he retired from active politics, you remember there was that issue of, no, we want presidential candidates. We had about 8, if I'm not mistaken, 8 or so. But out of all those, again, there was a confusion. We had camps. Me, I was supporting Kambui. Some people were supporting these others. So there was something which showed me to say, why can't we just do the right thing? Because when I say right thing, let's follow who is who can. And then to make matters worse, our president, ECL, he put, before he came back, when he retired, he put Given Lubinda as the acting president.
Right.
Yes. And you see, just watch what has been happening. Already there were some people who are not happy with Given Lubinda. What type of people are we as a party?
So today, I know there's... I'll be honest with you, Madam Banda, we are confused, because there's a PF that aligns with Mao Sampa, one that aligns with Honorable Chavinga, and then also Lubinda. Where are we now?
No. In fact, I think...
Where is the party now?
At the moment, I think I don't want even to mention about Chavinga, because to me, Chavinga has joined UPND, which is a good move. He made it himself to join. He knew why he joined the UPND.
But he still stands as he jokingly says, he holds the Lugwaro.
You have said he jokingly. Yeah, he's a joker. He is my brother, but he's a joker. But truthfully speaking, for Maus to do what he did in, was it 2022 or 2023, when he made that convention and whatever, most of us who were not with him, we thought he's mad, he's doing what. But by the end of the day, he came back to his senses and he thought, I'm still PF and I need my PF people to be with me.
Right.
He came back, he apologized to President Edgar Lungu, and we started moving. But all the same, the confusion didn't finish. Why I'm saying the confusion didn't finish, those people who still thought they are the ones who are supposed to lead PF, they are the ones who have even made us up to today to say PF is dead. And then I start wondering, if PF is dead, why are people still holding on to this same PF, which they are saying it's dead? Me, I decided, as I've told you, I've decided to move with Mao Sampa, because I could see his vision. I thought this guy knew what he wanted. It's only that he didn't have more support. He didn't have the real support of the people who really wanted him. But at one time, they even took him up. They said, okay, he's a deputy SG and whatever. A lot of things happened. Me, I was just in the background. For the 25 years I've served in PF, I've never been recognized, even by those who are leaders who are on top, to say I can do something better.
Right.
Yeah, but I still believe in myself. I tell myself, God, you know what I'm capable of doing, and I can do the right thing at the right time.
Yeah. So what next for PF? I know most recently the Mao Sampa side has endorsed President Hakainde Hichilema.
Oh yes.
But as a party, PF Patriotic Front, what next? Are there any reforms that people should look out for, or it's done? Because it's the first time ever that a former ruling party has failed to field or to contest an election.
And if I tell you that
doesn't give us any confidence in PF.
Let me tell you one thing which has really hated me. When this issue from the courts, they said they gave Mao Sampa the party, What I saw myself was we were supposed to rally behind him and work as a team. Because if we were saying UPND are the ones who have destroyed PF,
right,
even if we worked as a team, a lot of us, it was going to be better because they would understand that these people, they mean well to all of them. But all of a sudden, even after what happened, people starting fighting Maos. What has Maos done now? Because Maos wants to hold on to PF because we fought in courts here and there.
Right.
When we fought in courts, there were times when they would tell us that those same people who destroyed PF, I say they destroyed it because they were the ones who were saying PF is dead, it will never come back, and they went ahead to leave the same PF they wanted to come back and joined other parties like these parties which we are seeing now today. Because these people, they will never claim to be PF. When there was that no-name party, no-name convention, Maos was still with them, and he even advised them, guys, let's wait for the court ruling. But there are people who said, no, nothing will come out of that court ruling because we have seen how these courts which are being led by HH, what they are doing. But meanwhile, when you mean well for a certain party, there's no way we're going to say PF is dead. Would have said, we'll revamp our party because this party belongs to us. Let's work as a team. But that never came. Because these people, all they thought, they were just too power hungry to become who they want to be. But then I watched and then I was like, these people, they are bad. Because it's like in the Bible. You remember that Bible verse where this King Solomon and the two women.
Yes.
Those two women. There was a baby. That baby who was one slept on the baby, and when they because the Bible always keeps us. It tells us what really happened. Because when it's in the Bible, even in reality, it will always be there. This woman who knew that baby was not her baby, she claimed, "Let's kill the baby," and this is what has happened even in PF. Those who knew that they didn't mean well for PF, they said PF is dead, and they moved on. They went to other parties, formed other parties, and today they are the ones who want to take over government. But by the end of the day, this PF they are fighting. To me, Maos was very wise when he thought, okay, PF hasn't come back. It's very painful that the biggest opposition party is not on the ballot.
Right.
But all the same, we'll never lose hope. What we can do, let's move on. Let's see what happens. When he looked at when that Bill 7 passed, there was this issue which came to say, okay, those who are standing but they are in some parties, then you are not supposed to stand on a party, blah blah. You know how this Bill 7 came and it's rules, yeah. And then Maos thought, me, I'm not going to resign because I'm the one holding PF. What I'll do, I'll withdraw. And I'll hold on to the part because I've still got hope that in future PF can still come back. If UNIP still stands, why cannot PF stand? And even me, that's what I believe in. I said, oh no, whichever way, we can fight each other. But by the end of the day, this name PF, everyone has come from PF. Everyone claims they are PF, but they are still fighting. People want PF to be back. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
And then I just thought, no, at my age, for the 25 years I've been in opposition, in PF, I think it's high time to come back to normal and think what is the right thing to do. Because if people have been fought from, was HH there in 2001 with PF? No, he wasn't. But today, just because he's the one ruling, people would say he's the one who has destroyed PF. Whichever people would think about, it's because we gave these people are outside some room to start thinking these people are confused, they are fighting each other. There was a lot of fighting within ourselves, and this fighting, these are the ones that Sata said inena miruisisha but mukachona ola mwebene. And for sure we have seen people destroy PF while we are watching with our naked eyes.
So is it in your conviction, do you believe PF will come back?
I still believe yes,
believe
yes. And that's the reason why, as we haven't joined UPND, but we are in an alliance, and we have chosen to endorse President HH because we have seen what he's doing. There are a lot of things which has made us to think HH is the best candidate as at now, believing that whatever, for the 4 years plus months,
9 months, yeah.
And I've been a critic of HH, if you remember very well.
Right.
I was a very, very big critic of
we'll get into that.
Yes.
But I want to ask, generally, how do you describe we're going into elections. We have elections in less than 60 days. So how do you describe the current environment politically and socially as we go towards elections, especially if we compare now to 2021, when PF was in government?
My dear, the environment is very, very good. Okay. Everyone is enjoying. Even the opposition, they have the time to go around to do whatever they're doing. Nobody is even disturbing them. So to me, the environment is okay. And let those people just work hard if they think they can beat the ruling party according to them. But to me, the environment is okay. I have no problem with anybody. Everyone is moving according to what they want. Nobody is being forced to not to campaign. Everyone is campaigning. So it's free for all.
There are some opposition party leaders that go around saying that they targets for issues to do with them being disqualified from the ballot. Do you believe that so?
I can't believe that, because I know in Bemba we say when something is happening to you, when you believe in yourself, you're a good leader, you won't cry foul. You continue doing these things. We saw them happening when we were in PF, like up to from 2021. Before 2020, before the elections,
right,
there were a lot of things which were happening, because I was PF and we saw what was happening. And then when people say, no, I'm a target for what? You want to be a president, you want to be whatever you want to be. And politics, you just need to hear to yourself and know that what I'm doing, if I really mean well, just tell the people your manifesto. Tell the people what you are going to tell, what you are going to do for the people, than starting crying foul. No. This time around, we are doing it rightly. And to me, that's why I've said no to those who think they want to intimidate others. I won't be intimidated. And then everyone, I've only got one vote as Charity Banda, and I've got a family which is following me. If my family is happy with me, why should I bother other people talking about me? Because to me, this politics, some people, they become so personal assassination, It's not even fair.
Yeah.
Because
let's talk about your endorsement of President HH. You and Mr. Malsampa have endorsed President Hakainde Hichilema in the upcoming elections. What significance does this endorsement hold for you and the PF supporters on the grassroots? Were they consulted? Is everybody happy with this endorsement, or is just Charity Banda and Malsampa?
We are a lot of us, and to tell you the truth, we had meetings and meetings. We have MCCs who have come along with us. We are a lot, and some people, they haven't come out personally, but not that they don't know. They know, but it's because some people are not well known the way Charity Banda and Malsampa are known.
Right.
So people will target us. They will target us and think maybe we are just the two of us. I can assure you, this election, as we were talking to our people, those whom we are with, we've got everyone from the grassroots. I have people who call me and they tell me, Mom, where you go? Reason being, they know that I mean what I say. And then for that reason, I can assure you, the reason why I believe continuity deserves consideration, for the past years, I have disagreed with President Hakainde Hichilema on many issues. And I have never hidden my views, nor I've been afraid to speak openly. When I believed criticism was warranted, however, I do not believe leadership should be assessed solely through the lens of disagreement. Fairness requires us to acknowledge both shortcomings and achievements. As of many of you, I'm not someone who sugarcoats issues. I speak my mind. Honestly, whether people agree with me or not, today I ask you to hear me out, because the reason why we have endorsed HH, but as at now I'm speaking on my own as Charity Banda. Yes. Over the past several weeks, I have spent time reflecting, asking difficult questions, and studying economic and political trends across the world. One conclusion I reached is that frequent changes in government can sometimes slow a country's long-term economic growth and development, particularly when an incoming administration inherits significant economic challenges. A nation is far more complex than business enterprise. It is a living system made up of millions of citizens, institutions, industries, and responsibilities, performing an economy, strengthening public institutions, attracting investment, and creating sustainable jobs are not tasks that can be completed overnight. In many cases, meaningful transformation takes years, sometimes even decades.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I take it, we'll take that as an official statement from you, so that maybe we can actually bring it out in our news items.
Yes.
But you said that you are a very strong critic of President HH.
Yes.
How now does your criticism over the past 5 years change into you endorsing? How can you help us understand what has changed for you to endorse HH?
What has changed is because of the people he is competing with.
Right.
I've seen them. These are people whom I call my young brothers. And then when I look at them, I see that they are not even ready to save the country according to. I haven't seen anything that they want to bring on the table to show that this is what they want to do for the people. These are my young brothers I'm talking about. And we have a lot of them who are in opposition. You know, at one time, we were all crying, let's unite ourselves, let's bring unity of purpose. That unity of purpose was supposed to be there as well. But because these people, they are power hungry, or they look at it themselves. And the same people, when Valungu failed the election, when he lost in 2021, those same people who made Valungu fail are the same people who have regrouped. And then there are the people who are chanting for those people who are now in other parties apart from PF, and they are chanting to say they want to.
Would you name some of these people? Because we'd like to know them as an electorate. Mention 2-3 people.
No, when I mentioned my young brother, he is my young brother, though he is saying he's a presidential candidate. Mundubile.
Okay.
Yes, and Makebi Zulu. I think at one time
you don't feel they are ready to lead to.
No, they are not ready. They are not ready. And especially coming from the history, how politics goes. You know, when you need to be ready and you need to tell the people exactly what you can do for the people.
Right.
Yes, they are busy chanting out there saying they want, but my heart has told me that to me they are not ready. Especially that even from the time we're saying we need unity of purpose. This unity they have done today for Mundubile and Makebi, to me it's not convincing me to say they are ready to come in to take over power. You know, so I've seen that HH has been quiet. People are still pointing at him to say he's what. A lot of bad things I've said about HH, which even me at one time I was doing that. But now I've realized that this is a man. HH is an economist. And as an economist, I still believe he knows what this country needs for the people. He's not doing it for himself. He's not doing it for his family. He's doing it for all Zambians. So all of us Zambians, we need to believe in him, because what he's doing is to make a better Zambia. Especially that I was even there when he was launching his manifesto.
Yes.
To me, that was powerful. Because when I go through the manifesto, I think he means well. When we lost, yes, for sure, we left a lot of in Congole, which we should not run away from that. It's true. Yes, we did a lot of infrastructure and everything. But yes, there was a big, huge amount which is supposed to be paid. And then even these people from my investors, at one time, they failed us because I think we never did well. Yes, we were so much in a hurry. We wanted these infrastructures to be done, which is okay. People are enjoying the roads and everything. But by the end of the day, you know how government should work. We should take off from where the other government have stopped. Then we can go to another. Even the new government which is coming should continue from there.
Right.
Not talking about hate, saying he's not doing this, we're not doing this, and then people will start saying, will you move it? Now who is going to be better? Because even Sata, at one time, people criticized him. But because he had a roadmap, and this roadmap, when Sata came into power, he was quiet and he did the right thing. And this is what I've seen in HH. HH, when he was in opposition, I never used to hear him talk about a lot of bad things about the ruling. You could say anything about the ruling party. But by the end of the day, when he came into power, he was busy controlling, doing this. Even when we spoke bad about him, to me, he cannot be my enemy, and I'm not ready to pick up enemies from people who think because then they want to take up power. You know, Zambia is a big country, and Zambia is a Christian nation. You know, even what has happened over the death of our president, I still tell myself to say we should find a way where we can meet, and then we make sure that our former president is buried in a dignified manner, not just telling no, he wants to take this, he wants to do this. No, I think that's not fair.
Did you ever think you would get to this position if you imagine yourself 3 years ago? Did you ever think you would endorse President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government, and the PF would be in the state that it's in today?
If the PF would have done what?
Did you ever imagine the situation that we have right now in your situation, in your position, where on one side you're endorsing HH, and on the other, your party, your beloved PF, is in what I would call in the doldrums?
If PF did, as I'm speaking, as I'm telling you, if PF believed to say we should unite and then follow what PF wants as a PF party, I don't think I was even going to endorse HH. Would have done the right thing. But the problem is, I'm still insisting, spirit of vengeance, spirit of just wanting to fidabalanda tu kupatile. Everything you do, people would see the wrong in it. So to me, all I wanted was the unit of purpose, and then we start moving, and the right people to take up the mantle for PF. But those right people have been thrown out, and then those people who want to take up PF, these are amateurs, people who are not even ready, people who haven't even, I don't think they are ready to take up PF as what the Zambian people want.
Right.
But you go with lies, you tell people what you feel, people should love you. These people are not even well known politically from the grassroots, as I've said, but they've just taken it up because they want to be presidents. This is not ready. This is not what the Zambian people should do.
Yeah. Before I open phone lines, Madam Banda, I'll ask you, what lessons do you think you've learned as a patriotic front over what has happened over the 5 years, and even as you've endorsed HH, after elections, whatever happens, the PF has to go back to the drawing board. What lessons have you learned over the past 5 years?
The lessons I've learned are that those people who make wrong moves will never change. Just like they are saying, I can pick up, though people would say, some people are saying HH means us who are saying Ingwena. You know, when you want to show people who you are, even when you pretend, one day you come back to normal and you do the right thing. So those people are not ready, we're not ready to do the right thing. And I've learned that, one thing I've learned, there are people who just think I was a non-entity to them. And they are the ones who are shouting loudly to talk bad about me. But who is Charity Banda by the end of the day? Yes, I'm now, and I joined politics when I was a youth. Today I'm a grandmother. And I'm proud to say I'm a grandmother who wants to move with the right wind, not to move just for the sake of this. And then I think people should stop now talking about PF, because this PF we're talking about, me and the other MCCs and with our president, Maos Waliasampa, we know what we need for PF. And this PF, it will be there at one time. PF will never die a natural death. It's not a mistake to endorse a presidential candidate because he's doing the right thing. He is busy working for the Zambians, not for himself. So to endorse someone doesn't mean you are dead, or maybe you are fallen apart.
Some comments are saying you've joined UPND outright.
That's what
you
I'm saying.
and Mr. Sampa.
That's what I'm saying. You know, they will mention a lot of things, but that's not what we have done.
Yeah.
We were on camera. People saw that we are now, and there are a lot of alliances in UPND.
Right.
We have a lot of alliances, but why those people, they are not talking about them? They are busy talking about us. Us PF is still very much there, and we'll do the right thing. God will guide us with our PF, and those who know that this PF one day will be there will follow us and will do the right thing. But at the moment, yes, we have endorsed President HH because we have seen what he has been doing, and even those bigger critics, they can still attest to say this man means well about the country Zambia. We are talking about the country. We are not talking about ourselves, not about our tummies to say what. Because there are some people, even when we're in PF, they've served in PF. They couldn't have served PF without positions. But some of us, we have accepted. The highest positions I served in PF was being a provincial challenge, which I was voted in by the people. But I never minded to say because I haven't been given a position, then I can't work. No. But there are people, those who, that's why they have been easily grouped. All they want is to share their positions and then come to say, we are the ones who can save this country. No. They are not yet ready. That I can assure you, they are not ready.
Okay, so let's imagine we are past the elections, and you and the President Mao Sampa are sitting down to now look at the PF. Those that are on the ground, the grassroots, the PF grassroots, maybe use this opportunity to tell them what the roadmap will be in the PF rebuilding. I don't know how long it will take, when it will start. Maybe just give us a highlight. Have you discussed any of these things with Mr. Mao Sampa?
Yes, we are discussing.
So that they know that, okay, come September or maybe after 6 months, punch number will start moving, start drawing.
In fact, for information, that convention which Mao Sampa had, which he had won to the court to say he's the one who has the PF. I think the elections we should have elections as PF in 2028. According to me, that's 5 years will elapse in 2028.
Okay.
We are going to be a convention, not elections. We are going to have convention. And I'm sure because of the way people are coming out, some people, they are just quiet, but they are not happy with what is happening out there. Those people have moved out from PF, they have joined the other parties, but they are still mentioning PF.
Right.
PF will be there, and Mao Sampa will guide us as the president of PF, and we have people who are following him. I'm the one, and some other people, we are a lot. So for people to undermine us, or maybe to think we are jokers, let them watch the space, because me, in the 25 years I've been in politics, I've never been a joker.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, let's open phone lines, ma'am. You can put on your headset so that you're able to listen to our callers. So for those listening or watching from the various platforms, whether it's Beats TV, Channel 92 on Topstar, or on Facebook, or listening to radio, you can call us on 0955 997 997, that's Zamtel, or 0979 192 485. We'll take 3 calls at a time, but keep them short so that we allow Madam Banda to respond to them. So please be brief. So pick up the first caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Malta.
Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Garden House. Bandan is in. Bandan.
Hello?
Hello, please tell us your name.
Tapiso.
Okay, go ahead. Please go ahead quickly.
Madam Kabwanji.
Now Kabwanji was a piece.
What's a piece? Go ahead quickly, Mda.
Hello?
Please go ahead quickly.
Almost African, Mazambian, Magamamunga to Mozambique. Come and give a man. That's a full day. Come to your mind. Mukambo, comments of the you know, supporting PNG. So, check the beginning is our clear from the money or clear from our Kadaris in the Yaka. But Mamanga Makana business is a bit of business. You know, we are being busy. Mazona, but Makadais was enough for certain to subgrizan. So many of the feeling I mean, but Niganga Munga in the Ganga for one and a okay, turn the fucking the other come to my jokers. Timon, one of family Timon could take Kubata to much amount of Coca-Cola, much of Timana of Jonah, yes, the Namasita. Timon of Timana, but very much of us, very much in our town. Put it in Munima, Masola, Mungaman Tonga. Even my own. You couldn't get here and ban about what Katana Gambia, put it in more at Pamara. No, just to Africa.
Hello, Mr. Sepiso's line is quite bad. We'll pick up another call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, please, Vatetra, go ahead quickly.
Discussion yamewana discuss charity Banda wandana wa Msampa kozi zintu imwe ise bamene tituma mafoni tiri kutari maningi vinango tinzera koche mavitenga pamene siviriri imwe muviona muri fupi ene munga one imwe munga irimonga cheje mutanga muzengera magaru tungono na bagaru baje bakuru inge bagwira nyama ari pafupi na kinyama ija kwa irache mumbari so imwe vamene munaona which means imwe muri pafupi na right so ipempa chadde kuri baekie kuti batikirize mutibere mu Zambia kikuru ni mutendere ukankana mutendere ungene wanjara mu nyumba ambiri inemeni kama famili mwana mwono ni wamengepo but kambiri chilenge sauti ungene njara mu nyumba nishimutu wasi ya kuganiza wako mwini wake not wa president ma development ya neti mafuna ni marodi makuru na mafree education basi munga kudia like mpima kaunga this time is 20% na masikitini kwa cha meda this time agura tutaka 510 asunga mu nyumba unga ine uchoka pena zisunga 2012 nima ngera che marumazi mtengo wa unga cause nima cha prepared in the time.
Hello, Mr. Tetrak. Okay.
So we kugani zumino wake chade cheti funa ni mutendere munga wamene batiretera bayipendi.
Okay. Zikomo kwambia.
Not njara hili kasako kuchira magasi ngete nzoona.
Okay, zikomo kwambia. Okay, we pick one last call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Tell us your name quickly and where you're calling us from.
Vashimala Nikopa Beauty.
Vashimala, please go ahead quickly.
Mkani wa mayapo.
Wina Vashimala ni mulishani.
Ule sare tsunga mukushi wishi tuwapitama na wayu PND.
Atotela.
Wa mayo, sinti mwesire mwayo ko. Mwangira kukwendo wachimperesha. Amove wayu PND. Doko mwile. Ebale mebo kwe waki. Aba bantu wa PF mwaka bolala. Imweko mwaya. Ngento mkwe kwa tane nani. Hizo ni. Muntu wako alekusoba ula. PF mwaka bolala. Yesha nbati PF. Muna fako ni hizo ni. Awena Zambia hapa ni change barifwa na ngumunga yoko nikugonda wachimperesha kopa beauty yonse rusako ko tabalefwa UPND yawe ababa UPND batuchusha amalaiti mwalemona imyaka 4 na Zambia baleri ati amalaiti bamona ma election yero baleke amalaiti imweko mwayo kukwinyo kumkutota mayo aloko mwingi nyenani wende wachimperesha bonse abena sampabo muna ishupa fine chalo abena Zambia pa baligia dio balefwa ni mundubire ali shivikoyo ali emutu wa kumporokoso paka inde chifronsi wako tipo government tapam wai safi ukana chapana nguchimu mamu nini batamuteke chalo nomba mundubire ali shwa mafunde yonse oyo tuwefu ani mundubire so bamayo ko mwiroko mwangira kugonde wachimperesha abantu abale miponte wa PF bakabolala eko muri batu wale msoba ula so mule kwata konenso ni fimonga mwasa mulera nipatilimba mayo ino ni start change ni 5 years betabe opero muntu na muntu birabe nga basafirwa ni 5 years bafumapo takuru kwangalo kwe bakiyompe ko campaign ko no na tutura sana mu UPND na tumona tonse twapitamo abena Zambia bali yishanya nga twapisha geni aba tukosambo kuli abana betu mkwai na totera.
Thank you, Vashmalani. Okay, ma'am, you can make comments. Tetrak wasn't very clear, now was but Vashmalani, you can.
Okay, I'll start with Vashmalani.
Yes, ma'am.
Vashmalani, twatotera sana kumashweni. Those are your own opinions, and then me, I can tell you, I've saved PF for 25 years, and I've seen how PF has been destroyed by those same people you are claiming they are the ones who come and save Zambia. Ichalo cha Zambia Vashmalani teimwe chali kulisha ero abakusunga abantu bala moneka ati umuntu alasunga abantu ine bamuntu bila bumlelumbula. He is my brother twafuma kumporokoso, but if I can challenge you, let's go to mporokoso. Abantu ba relatives and bala mama phone from mporokoso, and then they tell me, but if ever kwa ticha kukonke chiunda chilifye bwino. Me, I agree with you. Wombesheni election ni day akuvota nga twavotero tukeshiva. Me, I'm not here in I'm not, as I endorsed HH, not that nalechitira fyo mungulu inensha kwa to mungulu Vashmalani. For the time I've been in PF for so many years, mwebaleko nkafye ukukonkele chiunda chilifye bwino nacho chini. But if he has given what you think is right, go ahead, let's vote. People vote on 13th. Inena kwa tafe vote mo Vashmalani. Na ma critics yenu mwinje bati nalikuwa to mungulu. Yes, na ifo beni PF follow to alimupa. We were in power just 5 years ago. Whatever happened, I saw it, and now I can't run away from what I saw and what I'm seeing now. What I can just assure you, umuntu ngale bomba 10 tutashe apa libwino 10 tutashe not fyonse kuchitama critics awe na totera ero ba Tetra. Thank you for the wise words. Church ine insalani we mwine mumanda bushe ama president vale samanda okusamu kutupede fyakuli awe bonse chira muntu turaifwaira government nga yawina. Let's give that government chance to do the right thing. Bale bomba to atasha abashire bomba to abachawa pata bale bomba nomba ukuchinja ma governments. We don't need to change governments like if you twala pamuvidi. So to me, I thank you Batetra. What you have said is the right thing. To the abantu abengisana Mzambia, and we need to do the right thing. Uachita indozi na achita indozi wa HH because ni mbona intanti koshabo bale bomba. Base piso na balandati bali mu UPND ero bayingira nomba mu PF because ibamona ati mu PND takoli chilimu. Efe tulelanda mwamona some are leaving PF are leaving UPND going to PF. I remember very well in 2021 we had a lot of UPND big people who joined the PF. At the last minute, we never saw it coming here closer. So whether me, I stand for the truth. If HH will lose come 13th August, to me it won't even, because I say the people have said what they want, but me personally, I've seen that he's doing the right thing at the moment. Now manifesto yaboni njimona, isho ilelo ndolola. So I'm not saying I've got enemies in PF, no, but those people should also be cautious to say, umunenso. If you because we don't need each other just which as it's a Christian nation. Not you also kulala and the pamuntu kulamufika na mara yambush. No. Let's be civilized people.
Right. Let's pick up some more calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kitwe.
Okay.
I'm following up what this lady is trying to talk about. I think
please tell us your name. Tell us your name, sir.
My name is Chomba.
Chomba, my name's sake.
Yeah. I am surprised. I'm surprised with this woman. If she was in PF, and then there are a lot of them who have jumped to UPNB just because they are looking for positions. I tell you the truth. People suffered. People are suffering. And if you can understand me, this is the true language. People are suffering and people have suffered. They've mentioned a lot of things that they've done. They've done this and that. But all what they've done, they don't talk about the people's suffering. But all what they Tingi. CDF Malera and the CDF, which talk about CDF. You have segregation. You have segregation. These people have done, okay, really I can say, they've done a lot, but what they've done a lot, I wish this woman will land up Ngala Pitamo. Apitamo Kolisham Copa Belt was the then she can talk a lot, but she's just talking just from there. For that matter, those guys who have each other look, you think somebody can help you? You can follow that. That is what is happening. I want to let you to tell you the truth. I've moved here and there extensively.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Mr. Chomba, thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. 0955 997 997 0979 192 485. Let's pick up another caller. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, how are you, sir?
Fine, thank you, sir. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, this is Samuel calling within Lusaka.
Mr. Samuel from within Lusaka. Go ahead.
Sure, sir. I've just got one question for that woman in the studio.
Okay. She's Madam Charity Banda.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, sure. Okay. So question what is she going to by UPND Ngabaruza? Because come 20 August per 13 UPND is going, whether they like it or not. But it's soon for 4 years now shedding. So she's just following Mausampa. Mausampa's no direction. I feel good because I'm sure UPND Ngaruza Mausampa gets join a footstones. We know him. Mausampa has no directions. Your politics, but it's our mouse now over charitable. You the politics of the stomach. But if I feel good, yeah, but so, but over August, that what I'm trying to PNG, back away over my mark my wedding. I won't put vacation up in a parade of we know them, the mouse and power. batotera.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll pick up one more call and you can answer. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Moderator.
Good morning, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Mutare calling from Kawe.
I'm Mutale from Kawe. Please go ahead.
Mama Ashukeni.
Mabuka shano mtali.
Awo twabuka wa kiasi. Mawe chakubalira poire ndero makufa politician including myself nemwana wenyu. Ndiye kwata kwensoni. Baka inde ikire mawamurera ndakunwa kumana tapaleke batikire. Nombalero mwana twaka inde ikire mabarishe bwi. Because bamubika shuga mukano. Mawe na Zambia barechura. Mawe sampa bara murusyo komwere kukubonde wati imperisha. Vayama vamawo chamba twarire chiva egame vateya so iva ipendi vari 2026 ifuti vari pa 13 August vamawo chamba kuti vakesawera mukupapa tamatogesa vatarisha because there is no way mudatashi omuntu vari mwati vaPF nimwo vakavorara namanga tavati vaPF nimwo vakavorara roma vamalaika yakamwe stone containers kula vikapakati vambokonaika era vena zama mhospital vari kota mulimiti ati mona monga mwasankana kumona imwo vakavora avandi vena varani vamalaika Sisi right yaruvire muno mukaupa polisi. Yomana imo bakabora mwala muzankani. Nkeka wa government iyo. Maacha ndefu okumwe baresaje ariyo kokupanga ekyalo iyo. Kile kina kyalo kyalesa kusera. So botati kitara baka ingekire mana imo kumo baka nje mkonganye poko na kino kyalo. Teke naka twatumine manzi.
Okay.
Ini tikura empanga. So imamu wa kiasi wala twatumine kona kukonganye kona kino kyalo. Baka ingekire mbare kongore wakiro kuwesha. Ere bare na keji structuring. Because kiyen kongore wakongoja kuchawesha kwa marinja kwa bareta kuntanki. So sema acha kumine hiyo. Baka ingekire mawu in conclusion mawu na matoga twapera maforeigners. Maforeigners areze kana mukuchafwe na bacharo.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, Madam Banda, you can go ahead.
I'm happy a lot of critics are coming for some reasons. Now, I just want to disagree with Uyusimweru Lenje Batimuleko Nkaba Mao Samba. My dear Zambians, we are all Zambians, and the same message you are saying today, that's the same message you used to say even in 2020, before we voted in 2021. A lot of things. But now, if you look at yourselves, and then you see where you are today, you know, it's not that PF was, we were all angels, are we? But in a family land, even stop talking about PF. Because the PF we are talking about, you know, those are your symbols, but when you start talking about Mao Sampa, this Mao Sampa, that, Ulupato Lubi, Lesa, PF to lose 2021, if in somebody which you haven't changed. The same HH you are talking about today is the same HH who is ruling today. So who are you to say it? 13th August, it is well. Hello, me, I'm not ready. If I tell you, Mao Sepa has not even encouraged me anything. Now, they can PF 25 years. Shase Lapo. And even today, I'm still PF. Imamweba lelanda, mwali ya kufipani fimbi. So, leke nukula pali PF. Elo kwena, nga mwakonga nyapokulanda, PF what PF what. Nangu ngero wenga wina wa mundu, wenga chai chakwati, lesadi wapere, amaka ya kuti wa wine. Te PF wika wina. Atini fishi femwebe na tilampi nesh. PF is not tilampi. So leken fweba ya kufweba chita indozi wa HH na ifwe. Tuwala bomba na maka kumekina sholo. No lo ifemuna ndati pamala. Nga imwache ukokwine ku PF, ukokwine kutonse kachinga nikunani mwebe na mapati ayo. Fishi nina niwa miperefya pamala. Confusion all the time, and this is what God should really lesa mielele. Pamulandu wansoselo mule kwata na manu akwebati apa ifyo turelanda mchefile panga sense. I'm just a woman, and I'm a woman of integrity. Ni milango kuti ine shiko iteine mkonka mpulo ero shiko nkelea fye apa tapati ine I do the right thing. Imwanga na mwala na chivipa I've only got one vote. Imwanga mkweta ma vote 50 tia nika vote ni but ndemi ya mchena mchinga HH kulinga nefyo mbwene mushi kufyeshi nono even the way as an alliance for tupokele mu UPND no muchinshi, because these people they have loyalty achine ero bali kwato muchinshi na abanchindi kana mwana kumana chao kacha abantu balapoke panga bale fwa ba HH ngabale bantu atawo charity isa ali njebele fibi sana ale lande fibi, but because he knows that by the end of the day as Zambians politicians we are just one and the same. Basata bali bombe na HH bonse in fact when we worked with HH way back when we were in opposition, we had no problem with that. Whatever happened, it happened for a purpose. So apathen tangshelesa. That's why Zambia is a Christian nation. I'll never leave my God. I'll always tell people according to what my spirit is telling me. So if you find that you're in a position, MPF na get 25 years, na got a position. No, that's petty. Mulibana no mitikula ikule na mano, not mitikula empanga bachamano tamuli. Thank you.
Let's pick up another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Bruce within Lusaka, my brother. Good morning.
Bruce from within Lusaka.
Yes. Good morning, ma'am.
Mr. Morning. Bruce, can you just maybe stabilize because we're getting a lot of noise through your handset?
Oh, a lot of noise. Yeah, I'm here in Kamwala. My brother has a lot of noise. So
okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the noise.
No problem.
Yes. For me, I wanted to appreciate my mom who was there, my dad. When you see something that it is working, you must join that is working. There's no harm. There's no harm, my brother. I cannot say to my mom to say, when the MPF, why Mabwero join the MPF? No. She's a Zambian person. And she understands that as my brother who come from Mololo areas, we understand the value of free education. Because in my rural areas, in Nangoma, in the central province, we don't have private schools. So my young sisters, my young brother, they are there and appreciating to go to school free. For me, my brother was sent to school by a single mother who was struggling to do agriculture. And the price of maize was very low. Today they are appreciating and saying, to the farmer, my brother, today is not something that you can hide. Because people are hiding to fear, but today they are proud to be a farmer because you earn something. I was in yesterday because my wife coming from Banda.
Sir, please hurry up and wind up.
Yes, in winding up, my brother. Yeah, I was in Luapula. I find a lot of motorbikes. My Honda, my brother. Then I said, I am a Honda, Pagabwanji. Then people say, because of agriculture, when you just have 100 bags, you are managed to buy a motorbike. Because of the price.
Right.
So for me, I appreciate my mom to understand that yes, it can change. And I'm welcome him to bring more people.